Hello everyone, my name is S. Highguard, and I have been DMing Dungeons & Dragons games for several years. Since I have a small background in animation, I thought I would share some of my tales with you. I hope you enjoy them. This story comes from an old 4th edition homebrew campaign that I ran a few years ago. The party consists of Orin, the halfling rogue and leader of the group, Serenity, a half-elf cleric, Erden, a wood elf ranger, and Gil, an eldrin wizard. The party had just escaped a collapsing frost giant castle aboard a magical flying ship. Unfortunately, the ship was damaged during their escape. Since no one knew how to fly it, well, they kind of crashed. They managed to make it to a main road that cut through the valley, but they were at least 2 days from the nearest town. To make matters worse, the Turnvins happened to be nearby. The Turnvins were a family of traveling halfling merchants, and every time they showed up, it means trouble for the party. None of the party particularly liked them, Orin especially hated them. Remember the frost giant? Yeah, that was because of them. The Turnvins informed the party that they are headed home to the city of Harkenwald, but had been harassed by bandits a couple of times along the road. They want to hire the party to keep them safe until they can get home. The party reluctantly agrees, and they all set off for the city of Harkenwald, deep within the Harkenwald forest. The Harkenwald forest is massive, spanning several miles. It is heavily overgrown, and with only a couple of safe paths in or out of the forest. Shortly after entering the forest, however, they noticed something.
Wasn't it just midday?
Don't you worry, my dear. Harkenwald forest is old. Trees block out a lot of the sunlight, so it always seems darker in here. It's perfectly normal.
No, nothing about this seems normal.
Oh, yeah, that's weird. Looking back to where they had just entered the forest, they could clearly see some bright daylight just beyond the trees. When they step back, however, some sort of magical barrier prevents them from leaving the forest.
Gil, any idea what that is?
It's magic?
Thanks. That was so helpful.
After trying and failing to find a way out of the forest, the party had no choice but to travel the 2 miles or so to Harkenwald City. As they travel, they begin to hear wolves howling somewhere behind them. They see a pack of snarling werewolves emerge from the forest behind them. They quickly realize they are outnumbered and do the only thing they can. They nope out of there real quick. The party rushes headlong through the forest until they make it into a clearing where a group of heavily armed humans are just finishing off another group of werewolves. A tense moment passes as neither party is sure of the other's intentions. But then the werewolves burst from the forest and a fight begins. The humans, it seems, are quite capable of dealing with werewolves, and several of them are dispatched or injured and sent running back into the forest. Once the fight is over, a short introduction is made between the party and the humans. Turns out this is Count Rugith, leader of Harkenwald, and some of his hunters, who are out trying to thin some of the werewolves' numbers. Hearing more howling behind them, Rugith offers to lead them to safety within the city. After a bit of a tense run, they all finally reach the safety of Harkenwald City. A stone wall surrounds the city, and it appears to be in the process of being lined with veins of silver and small silver spikes. Rugith formally welcomes them all with a drink and a meal. While eating, Rugith tells them all what has transpired in the last month. Roughly 4 weeks ago, Rugith and some of his men had returned from a border skirmish to the south. Rugith's father, Count Ravish, had thrown a lavish celebration in honor of Rugith's return. A band of gypsies were even hired to help entertain at the celebration. But during the night, a couple of gypsies slipped into the castle, stole some priceless family heirlooms. Count Ravish had apparently seen them and was slain when the gypsies escaped. Rugith discovered this a couple of hours later and became enraged. He confronted the gypsies, but they of course feigned innocence. Rugith had the guards execute some of the gypsies then and there and exiled the rest. In return, the gypsy witch swore revenge upon Rugith and Harkenwald, and cursed the forest, saying none would leave until they'd had their revenge. To make matters worse, nearly a week and a half later, the gypsies unleashed a werewolf in the city that tore through several people before escaping to the forest. Ever since then, the attacks by rabid werewolves has only increased. Rugith fears that if the gypsies aren't destroyed soon, the city will fall to the werewolves. And that is where we will end part 1 of this video. I'll be making a second, third, perhaps fourth part to this story. I hope you all return to watch the next parts of this video. In the meantime, why don't you hit that like and subscribe button and ring that bell to be notified when the next video goes live. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a wonderful day.